Good morning, students. Welcome to KLE's online classes. Let us continuation our discussion on list cost theory of Alfred Weber. In previous class, we studied introduction to list cost theory of Alfred Weber and assumptions of list cost theory. Such assumptions are single isolated country taken into study by the Alfred Weber and we call unique country. And second one assumption, homogeneous climate. The location of study area is stable climatical condition assumed by Alfred Weber and perfect competition. Perfect competition is third assumption by the Alfred Weber theory. Perfect competition, the large number of buyers and sellers, they are engaged in selling and buying goods and services with pre-entry and exit homogeneous products, and there is no barriers of new industries or sellers is called perfect competition. And consumers concentration at particular area, so in which places industries are existing, so that place the people are concentration for purchasing their consumption needs, and all pumps having unlimited market area, there is no restriction of any pumps or industry. See, all pumps will be access, so whole and soul of the market area within the boundary of the country. And some natural resources are widely available, like natural resources, air, sand, water, clay, so are widely available. And some of the natural resources like fuel oil, mineral resources are available, so in a certain places only. See, the availability of mineral resources are limited, and availability of widely availability of natural resources ubiquitous, we call it ubiquitous natural resources, and limited resources we call sporadic, also assumed by our economist Alfred Weber. And last one is labor is mobility, and so they are available in a fixed locality or location. See, the availability of labor force and supply of labors are available in fixed location, and laborers are mobile. It means they are so moving one place to another places always, and so therefore the assumptions assumed by Alfred Weber to preparation of list cost theory of industrial location. And continuing list cost theory, see, according to Alfred Weber, see, given yesterday's assumptions, Weber believed so that the following three factors influenced industrial location. According to Alfred Weber, so he was believed three factors directly and indirectly influence on industrial location and localization. See, the first one factor is transport costs. First one is transport costs, labor costs, and agglomerative and deglomerative factors, or we called local factors. See, the transport costs, see, he has given more importance to industrial location is determined by the transport costs because of the nearest of the market and nearest of availability of raw materials. like so natural resources and limited resources where there is available nearest to the manufacturing company, so that place is chosen by industrialists to establish their industries. And see, according to Alfred Weber believed the industrial location is depend upon transport costs. See, the distance between availability of raw materials, availability of laborers and availability of market area will be determined industrial location. See, suppose the raw materials and manufacturing company so will be so near, will be favorable condition to the manufacturer. If manufacturing company and availability of raw materials are so distant, so away, will be adverse effect on industrial location and localization. So therefore, the industrial location is depends on transport costs by the Alfred Weber. And second one is labor costs. See, for unit of output, for unit of output cost of labor is determining industrial location and localization. See, the efficiency of laborers and skill of laborers and laborers are available with cheap wage rate. See, according to Alfred Weber, even though labor costs also determined industrial location and localization, because if labor supply is sufficient and wage rate is also optimum to the entrepreneurs and skillful laborers and efficient laborers, they are contribution more effort to their respected companies or factories. So to maximization output level and maximization profit, maximization sales. See, even that labor costs also determining or influencing industrial location and localization. So taught by the Alfred Weber. See, the transport costs and labor costs. And third one, agglomerative and deglomerative factors. See, agglomerative forces refers to advantages or cheapening of cost of production due to concentration of an industry. Two types of economies are experienced, namely economies of scale within a plant, economies from the association. See, the availability of the respected location or localization, the cheapening of all so required by manufacturing industry, cheapening of cost of production. See, availability of surrounding whatever needs by the manufacturing company, the all natural resources, mineral resources, labor, market, finance, transport, power, water. See, the condition of the people, attitude of the people, attitude of the entrepreneurs, the all agglomerative and deglomerative factors also determining or influencing directly and indirectly so location of industries and localization of industries. And see, the business firm aims at an optimum substitution between factors and selects the site which is minimized its production cost or total cost. The every industrialist or firm aim is minimization of their total costs and efficient substitution between factors and the site of the location. So factors are labors and transport costs. See, like land, labor, capital, organization also including transport costs and labor costs. So therefore here the substitution between factors and the site of the location of industry is minimizing the total cost of production. Therefore, the Alfred Weber has believed the industrial location theory was believed three factors of production. So those three factors are directly influencing on so industrial location and localization. See, the transport costs and labor costs and agglomerative and deglomerative factors are being called local factors. Whatever available so in existing manufacturing company, see the three factors are influencing so industrial location and localization according to Alfred Weber. See, transport costs is very important cost of determining industrial location because of the agro-based industries, small scale industries, medium scale industries, large scale industries, all types of industries and agro-based industries and non-agro-based industries. Non-agro-based industries are directly depend on see mineral resources like steel, iron, bauxite, lignite, ore, coal, and agro-based industries are cotton, jute, tobacco, turmeric. See, the agro-based industries also and non-agro-based industries also. So where those industries are located, the nearest all agro-based industrial raw materials and non so agro-based industries raw materials or availability is minimizing the cost of the total cost of production according to Alfred Weber. See, the agro-based industries assembling raw materials of cotton to ready-made products. Alfred Weber called see pure materials like cotton and wool pass on their entire weight to the product. Entire weight to the product, wool and cotton. He called so pure materials and gross materials also called weight losing materials. Weight losing raw materials are manganese, the mineral resources, coal, ore, the gross materials. Weight losing materials. Only few part of raw materials will become ready-made output we called gross minerals. Therefore, according to Alfred Weber, assumed and believed three factors are determining or influencing industrial location. In the next class, we shall be discussion one by one transport costs, labor costs, agglomerative and deglomerative factors are local factors. Let me stop.